The nature and acts of God are marvelous. Could someone have believed that way could be made through the Red Sea or passage through the Jordan? That is the kind of God we have and serve, and He is ready to open doors and passages for you in unimaginable places. People may have written you off, but today God is about to open doors for you. Today God is making a passage for you where people thought you would be shallowed, overrun, or faced off. Don't give up now. Don't be discouraged now. It is happening today and now. A door and passage would pop up right in front of you. A popular songwriter said God will make a way where there seems to be no way. Life is filled with a lot of unprecedented situations that would set you in a tight position or at the end of the road. In this situation, you are confronted by a lot of adversaries standing as an obstacle to your door of breakthrough. But God has promised to open that shut door in your life. He has released this promise in His Word, thereby reassuring us that whenever our backs were against the world, He would make a way for us. From an open door, we must enhance our communication with God, because an inefficient or inactive communication channel with God leads to closed doors in life. Because most times we get in trouble with not knowing and having no clue on what God is doing or about to do in our lives. And we get stressed out with making the wrong decisions with no steps to take. As we all know, God is a door opener, and not just ordinary doors, but unimaginable ones. But before God also closes some doors in our life, and I want to establish these facts before telling us about the open doors He has set in front of us. Let's take a look at some causes of closed doors. Causes of closed doors. There are several causes of closed doors in a person's life. Two of these includes when we take off our gaze and focus from the Lord. This is one and the most common cause of closed doors. You may be responsible for your closed doors by refusing to do your part in the things of God. He said in Malachi that you should bring your first fruit into the storehouse, and He would open the doors and windows of heaven for you. You probably have failed on your part, and that has caused the doors not to be opened. When we stop putting God first in all we do, focus on the things of the world, our business, academics, and so on, running to friends first when we encounter any challenges instead of our Creator, He is a jealous God. So when He sees you turning away, He can close that door you are walking in to pull you back and refocus your gaze on Him. At times, God closes a door as a way to tell you not to go in a particular direction, warn you that the step you are trying to take will lead you to trouble. For example, in the book of Numbers 22, it was in God's mercy by opening the eye of the donkey that Balaam was saved. But the problem is most times when He places all the blocks and barriers in our way, we try to tear them down and do what we want to anyway, and miss the better things in store for us. We have to recognize these times in our lives to avoid wasting our time and energy on something that isn't for us. How God opens doors in unimaginable places. Bringing helpers. You must understand and know that men are God's method. God would always use men to open doors and a passage for you. In the case of the Israelites, the sent man was Moses, who stood there and ensured the facilitated that the way and passage were made to the other side. This is the very way God uses to open doors in unimaginable places. He sends you helpers. These helpers can even be strangers who will help you in unexpected ways. The Lord used Rabab to protect the spies and open a way for the Israelites to defeat the people of Jericho. Joshua 2, verse 4 through 7. 4. But the woman took the 2 men and hid them. Then she said, "True, the men came to me, but I did not know where they came from." 5. And when it was time to close the gate at dark, the men went out. Where the men went, I do not know. Pursue them quickly, for you can overtake them. 6. She had, however, brought them up to the roof and hidden them with the stalks of flax that she had laid out on the roof. 7. So the men pursued them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords. As soon as the pursuers had gone out, the gate was shut. She saved their lives by one act of kindness. This wasn't her doing, but the mighty hand of God. Another person the Lord used was Jonathan, the son of Saul. 1 Samuel 20. Jonathan appeared as a door opener to David, and it later turned out that David, who Jonathan helped, was the one that caused the continuation of the name of Jonathan by remembering and taking care of his son. Are you trusting God for an open door and passage through difficult situations and conditions? Calm down and watch as God would send helpers to facilitate and ensure that the door is opened. 2. God can change and turn the situation around for your good, just to give you an open door. God can by himself act and ensure that the door is open for you. He would simply turn the condition and situation to your good. The enemy may have planned evil for you, but God would simply thwart and change the plans and agenda they had against for your good. It would turn out and turn to favor you. God is concerned about us, and he can do anything for us. He turns the situation around for us. God did it for the children of Jews. He turned Haman's plot against the Jews on him. The brothers of Joseph planned evil for Joseph. They thought they were killing him and closing the doors against him. But through that, God stood strong for Joseph and opened the door and passage to the throne for him. That is what God is set to do for you today. Through that bitter experience, he would magnify and lift you. He would create a way and door to your lifting and announcement through that condition. You must not give up or take your life. You must hold his word firm. Don't toil or soil your integrity. If Joseph had slept with his master's wife, she would have come up now with something against him. But it didn't happen so. God is creating access, passage, and doors for you right through that ugly experience. He did it for them, and he can also do it for you. Just believe. He is God. 3. The Obed-Edom's experience. The Lord opened doors for Obed-Edom just by him accepting the ark of the Lord into his home. The Lord blessed him abundantly, that it even reached the ears of the king. 2 Samuel 6, verse 9 through 12. David was afraid of the Lord that day. He said, "How can the ark of the Lord come into my care?" So David was unwilling to take the ark of the Lord into his care in the city of David. Instead, David took it to the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. The ark of the Lord remained in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite for 3 months, and the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. It was told King David, "The Lord has blessed the household of Obed-Edom and all that belongs to him, because of the ark of God." You might have been forgotten and at a close end, but God would cause things and ensure things are diverted to your place instead. That was what happened to this family. Abraham experienced this also. The angels of God were on their way to Sodom, but he stopped them and that brought an open door to the closed door of barrenness in his home and life. He would do so for you also. He would ensure systems are put under pressure until things turn to open doors for you. You must trust and believe in His working. He has not forgotten you. So just know that God can open doors for you in unimaginable places, because He has set before open doors that no one can close. If you have not been believing, it is time to do so now. Your closed doors would be opened. Your story would change now. Where people thought would be your end, God is opening a strange and unimaginable door. He is doing it today and doing it now. Ensure you are aligned and connected to Him. You must not lose sight of Him or His promises and doors. The scriptures made us know that He is a covenant-keeping God, a waymaker, and your case is not different. There is nothing too hard for God to handle. He would handle yours, and you would soon be celebrated, and your story would make news around the world. Watch out, I can see doors opened for you.